Hey guys, good morning. Happy Monday. Hope you guys had a fantastic weekend, rejuvenated, ready for another week in the market. The biggest thing I'm going to be watching this week, obviously, crazy candle last week. We had like, how many? This was 800 or so points on NQ, which is a crazy range for a week. You see, it's like the biggest candle we've had in a very, very long time. Um, but that's a very obviously that's a very bullish candle. It's hard to fade that and just say, oh, we're too high, I'm buying puts, or I'm going to short NQ just because we're too high. Extremely risky. Wait for your confirmation first. We most likely do get some kind of pullback at some point this week. I would think at least like a 50% pullback on like an hourly time frame or something, and then maybe back higher. Do remember we have the daily open gap still down 4141 and that 14200 ish level on NQ, but nothing says we're going back there right now. Absolutely nothing. Um, the biggest thing the biggest thing I'm gonna be watching this week is this weekly fair value gap. This bearish one right here, you see we have not gotten over it yet. We rejected it once to go down and take out these lows, as you would expect. So now we're back up here retesting it. If we close this week over this fair value gap, I think we're going right back to all-time highs. Um, just because there's nothing else in the way. I mean, we have a weekly order block here, but I don't think there's anything else in the way of sending this back to all-time highs if we close back above this, which is very possible because we already used this FEG once. But going to the daily chart, you see last week we left daily FEG. Probably going to be another daily FEG today. We have a tiny volume imbalance down here as well. So I'm thinking we might get some kind of like pull back to like maybe this FEG, maybe not even this week. It very well could happen, but it would make longs just a lot better if we got some kind of pullback because obviously we've gone up a ton here. So longing isn't in the best it isn't the best risk reward right now. So maybe we get some kind of small pullback, like an hourly or 4 hour, back into this range. 14,900, 14,800 level back. We'll rebalance some of these daily FEGs, and then we'll continue higher. So that's just gonna be something I am looking at. But it is worth noting. I do think we could go back to all-time highs because of this. Obviously, been looking at this for a little while now, but you see how like algorithmic this is. This is a very clean downtrend, which when you guys know, once these break, we tend to run at least 50% of it. So at least up to like 15,855. But at that point, there's nothing else really. I mean, we have this daily FEG sitting up here. Oops, wrong thing. We have this daily FEG sitting up here, right here that we rejected before, but if, and then maybe come back up, retest that, and then go to the highs. But that's just kind of what I'm looking at now. Really, on Friday, the place I see where we rejected, and we also rejected overnight, was a long time ago when we were looking for longs. We had hourly equal highs sitting right here at 223.50. You see Friday we took those equal highs sitting there, and we kind of rejected that last night as well. If we push back over this over 223, I do think we had a gap, we had a new day opening gap that we left open before we dumped. We thought we were going to retrace back to it before we dumped. We never did. And then you can see it's up here around that 238 area. I'm not gonna draw. I'm just gonna waste too. I'm gonna wasting too much time just trying to draw that small gap. But there is that small gap up there at 237, 238 area that needs filled. So if we push through those equal highs to 223, obviously 10 more points would fill that gap for us. And then we'll look for how price reacts from there. But looking on the 4 hour, I mean, this still looks clean to, I would say, up to here. 338 would be my next bullish target on NQ after the 237 area. If we continue pushing through 237, I'm looking for that 335 level. Um, any kind of like first pullback, I would want to see obviously this 4 hour held here. So you see this 4 hour, we bounced into it, told us price wanted to go higher because we did not inverse it, and we went up, and then we're obviously retesting the equal highs now. So this makes me think we're going right back to that this opening gap at 238, just because this 4 hour held. Otherwise, this 4 hour would have broke. So any kind of pullback, I'm looking for. I'll be looking for a long position probably in this 4 hour FVG, because remember the market always likes to pull back and refill those empty FVGs. Not all the time, but most of the time. So if we get a pullback, this would be a good area to look for longs. 1550, it would be a very good target to look out for as well. So 1550, if this 4 hour breaks, but if this 4 hour holds, we're going right up to that 335, and then if we push through 335, I'm looking for this high at 15,469, 470, we will call it. So that's NQ. Looking on ES, pretty much the exact same thing. Weekly FEG sitting here. If we close this week over the high of this weekly FEG at 44.94, obviously I think we're going back to all-time highs at 46.86. So that's what I'm looking for on ES. Let's go look at the 4 hour chart quick. Pretty much the same thing as NQ. ES has not retested this 4 hour down here, so 4360 could be a target to potentially look for longs, and it looks like we're just in a big sell pattern and a big buy model straight up to, I would say, these highs. So targeting 4430 on ES, and um, the downside would be 4360. And now that I'm looking at it, I see these relative equal highs here on the 4 hour sitting here at 43.99.25. Almost makes me think the market's going to draw right to those today. So first target today, 43.99, push through there. Then it's pretty much a sure thing that 44.30 is going to hit. So yeah, 43.60 up to 44.30 on ES. With that, hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we will see you in chat.